Liz here, founder of Lifey365.com, and welcome back to my channel for bump update for week 10, 11, and 12. Because, y'all, nausea is real. For those of you ladies out there that have honest to God, like full-blown morning sickness where you're puking and throwing up, kudos to you, and my hat is off to you, and you're some of my heroes, because I don't have full-blown throw up all the time nausea. What I have is annoying nausea, and I also have still lingering mucus that makes me gag all the time. I can't go for more than 5 minutes of talking without starting to gag. Hang on. And this video might have a lot of stops and starts in it. Talking too much gives me dry heaves, and it sucks. I am way more nauseous this time than I was with any of the other pregnancies. So for those of you ladies who have real morning sickness, I am so sorry, and my thoughts and prayers are with you, that you recover from it quickly. Having said that, still spotting. I am now experiencing indigestion. If I eat after 7 p.m. or close to 7 p.m., I have to take Tums with me. And as soon as I get up to go to the bathroom around 10 p.m., I have to take another Tums. Otherwise, I'm going to wake up with a full-blown stomach ache that I'm just not going to recover from, and I'm going to have to go sleep like sitting up, and it sucks. I'm extremely tired right now, and I'm tired for many reasons. I'm tired and whiny too, because I'm sure you're going to get that here in just a minute. And to top it all off, I'm starting to feel a little bit depressed, to tell you the truth. And there are several things that are leading to that depression. For example, and this is not the number one reason, okay? It's just all of these things are compiling. I can't really eat any of the foods that I'm craving because, of course, everything I'm craving is loaded with gluten. I'm trying to stay more plant-based for the most part of it, because now my digestion is starting to slow down and get unhappy with me, and so I'm trying not to eat processed foods in bulk either, so it makes it very difficult. So that's kind of, not helping the depression factor. Also, another thing that is compiling on top of that is we haven't been able to tell anyone that we're expecting yet. And I'm a very open and honest person, and I want to be able to share stuff with people. And so part of me feels like I'm lying to them. But the other part of me, that the reason we're not telling them is, it's a protection mechanism. When we had the first loss in 2013, we had told everybody at 8 weeks, because we had the ultrasound, and she told me everything was great and fine and looked perfect and good for us, and then we lost baby at what I thought. I mean, I was 12 weeks pregnant, but when I went in for that 12-week appointment, baby had stopped growing at 10 weeks. It's not as much of the loss as it is, I say that, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true, because I've had it both ways. So that time it was really, really hard because people knew, and then I had people who came in and they're like, "Oh, did you have your baby?" And I'm like, "No, I lost that baby," and had to relive the whole story. And not the whole story, it wasn't like I went around telling people the whole story every time, but my heart hurt. My heart felt the whole thing from beginning to end again. And that was really, really hard, having to talk to people and tell them that it was over. And then you always get the, "Are you okay? How you doing?" Well, I was doing great until you asked me You know, if you want to ask me how my day is, how's your day going? That's okay. But don't give me the head tilt and the sad puppy face and, how you doing? I mean, you know, like, don't ask me, hey, hang in there, champ. You know, I don't know. I'm getting stuck in my head a lot, and it's not that I'm having, you know, bad thoughts or anything. I'm just sad for several reasons. It's not like I sit down and cry or get overwhelmed or anything like that. It just, melancholy, maybe that's a good word for it. I don't know. And then I think the biggest thing, really honestly, the thing that contributes to feeling, you know, melancholy or depressed the most is that I have been virtually stuck inside and sick since September. September 2nd, I got my wisdom teeth taken out and a molar taken out. And I spent one whole week on the wrong medication. So I was in extreme pain, and I spent a week with the wrong medication because it was a holiday weekend. And then by the time I could get in to see my doctor, it had been a week. By the time I got the right medication, it was fine. But and I spent an entire week in extreme pain. I didn't even take the ibuprofen anymore because it wasn't working. Nothing worked, and it was horrible. Then that was excruciating pain for a week, and then it was tolerable pain for the next 2 weeks, so that was almost the entire month of September. And then my husband and I celebrated our 20th anniversary. I started feeling better just in the nick of time for that. Actually, our anniversary was in August, but we celebrated it in September because timeline. I'm working at school. August is not a good month for us to be taking vacations. I know you guys are thinking about the math right now, huh? When is she due with this baby? Yeah, August. Yeah. The end of September then, right after we got back from our anniversary, I got tonsillitis for the first time. That was my first round of tonsillitis. That lasted into October, and then towards the end of October, I got a sinus infection, and I got a stomach bug that was going around. Then at the very end of that month, I got my second go around of tonsillitis. Then by the end of November, I was feeling a little bit better. Had just found out, you know, we were expecting. And then December 8th rolled around, and I ended up with my third round of tonsillitis, the viral infection and the pink eye. And even after that stuff started going away, you know, I still got this head cold because I don't feel good. So I've been stuck inside trying to recuperate and rest and eat good and feel better. And so it's caused a lot of anxiety on my part. I'm tired of being sick and stuck inside. And I think that's the biggest contributor to feeling kind of sad. I'm sure getting out in the sunshine would help more, and more vitamin D, but that's just kind of where I am, you know, right now, to be honest with you. It sucks, but that is kind of how I spent my week 11. Week 12, still a little bit depressed, starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. If I still keep feeling this way, I will talk to my doctor about it. I think a huge weight will be lifted off of my shoulders when I get the results of the fetal DNA testing. I think I will. I think that's going to be huge. I do. I really think that's going to help. And because by that time, I don't know if I'm going to be at the end of 12 weeks or the end of 13 weeks. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to take 14 days to get it back or what. So I don't know how far I'm going to be, but as long as the test results are good, you know, and we're past 13 weeks, then we're going to be able to tell people. And I think that's going to help. Finally, I'll be able to show some excitement. I think I've been hiding it for so long that it's wearing on me. I'm hopeful to have results, but I don't know if that's going to happen yet or not. It may not until week 14, but when I know, you'll know, because like I said, I am not going to keep any secrets. And so, if it's not good, then we'll take that one step at a time. But like I said before, I'm not going to think that way. I'm going to, really have hope and faith in God that everything is going to be okay. So I don't really have too much more bloating at this point, and you could see my other video where I showed my bump update. That was a 12-week video as well. I had a few minutes, so I did that one. My uterus, you can tell from those beginning pictures, and it's not like my uterus is really high up, but I can feel it. It is above my pubic bone. It's maybe 2 fingers below my belly button. Like, here's my belly button, and then I can feel my uterus right there. It is pushing stuff up, and that's why I'm looking more poochy. And I really feel like somebody is going to say something before I have a chance to tell people. And I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't want to lie to people, but I don't want to tell them, yes, we're expecting, and then get really bad results or something happen right at that end of that 12-week mark. And it just, I know I'm in my head too much. I know that, but it's a lot when you've been there and you've done this and you've experienced loss before and people knew. And and that second loss that we had, we didn't tell anybody that time that we were pregnant. And the loss happened so fast. It's what they call a chemical pregnancy. It had just got to the point where it implanted just enough that my HCG was, increased enough to show up on a pregnancy test. And then I think it was 23 DPO that it was over. I basically started my cycle. I don't know how many weeks that made me, but it wasn't very far. I didn't even make it to my first appointment. You think, well, why me? Why did that happen? What can I do differently? My thought was, what lesson can I learn from it? And I know I'm talking a lot about that, and I don't mean to, but I think I'm just so in my head right now that I want to get those results back, and I want to be able to tell people, and I want to be able to be happy about it. And I think as soon as those things all come together, I will feel better. I do. Even talking about it makes me feel better. Like, being able to look ahead, that makes me feel better. So I will feel better soon. I hope the nausea and stuff can go away too, but I'm not going to ask for the moon. I'm just trying to get through, one wave of nausea at a time, and one sinus infection at a time, and one tonsillitis infection at a time, and so, whatever. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Sorry I rambled on. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you again for your positive comments, and I hope you can appreciate my honesty. If depression is something that you're going through while you're pregnant or after you're pregnant, make sure you know that it's okay to talk to somebody about it, even if you just talk to your doctor about it, which is, what I will do if this continues on. But I think I might also just experiment with telling one person that I'm pregnant and see if that doesn't lift my spirits before I actually go ahead and take the step to talking with my doctor, because I think they're just going to want me to take medicine, and I don't want to do that. So I think for today, my plan is, even though it's cold, get outside and get some sunshine, take a vitamin D supplement on top of my prenatal vitamin, and also tell one person I can trust to keep it a secret, and see if that doesn't make me feel better. Fingers crossed that those 3 things will. But, if you're feeling depressed, please talk to someone. Reach out to someone you trust and just talk. Sometimes just opening up, just like I did today, is huge. And I do feel better now. So hopefully it continues that way. That's it, you guys, for my 10, 11, and 12 week update. And I am going to cross my fingers again that this next update will be week 13 update. I'm crossing my fingers, you guys. I'm going to try. I don't know. If the nausea keeps up like this, I don't know though. I can't make any promises. Bye guys, and I hope to see you for week 13 update. See you then. Bye.